Welcome back in. Time now is 8:20, and you know this week is National Retirement Planning Week, and a recent survey says that 42% of Americans will retire broke. Which is probably scary for this guy here because he's a financial advisor. We're joined right now by Kirk Cassidy from the Retirement Education Foundation. You're going to help us avoid being the 42%.
Well, I hope, Matt, right? So it starts by taking action. We're allowed to contribute up to $19,000 a year into our 401ks. And I would encourage you to, whatever you're saving, double it. If you're over 50 years old, you actually have an additional $6,000 you can put into your 401k, what is called a catch-up provision.
Sure.
Now, one thing I would suggest, when we're younger, when we're in our lowest tax bracket that we're ever going to be in, let's contribute into our Roth provision of our 401k. And as we get older and our tax bracket goes up, let's now consider putting it in pre-tax into the 401k.
And so this is really all about early planning, because I know some people always like to say, I have time for that, I have time for that. We were talking during the break, the most common question to you is?
Yeah, am I going to outlive my money, and I wish I would have met you 10 years ago.
Sure.
Here's a number that is a little bit staggering for people. If you plan to retire with $80,000 a year of income over a 24-year retirement, you're going to need $2.8 million with inflation. So if you think you have enough, double it. It's seriously, it's that much of an issue, and we have to plan and prepare properly.
Now, a lot of people start to struggle, though, because they want to play that catch-up game. Maybe they do some risky things like stocks. What's your advice, aside from the 401k, what do you get involved in? Well,
here's what I would say. First, let's establish what your risk tolerance is, and don't fall for the industry standard of moderate, conservative, or aggressive. To put it in perspective, a moderate investor in 2008 would have lost 32%. I don't believe that as a moderate as most people believe they are moderate. And the challenge is when we get ourselves overextended with risk, we tend not to be a disciplined investor. And that's the key to success in retirement when we're young. Invest, you can be aggressive, don't look at your statements, don't try to time the market, don't try to stock pick, buy the index, leave it alone, and come back 10, 20 years later and look at your statements, and you'll be shocked at what you've saved.
This isn't gambling. We're not throwing it on red. This is a long-term investment.
You got it.
Well, and I know you guys do some things above financial literacy. What is it that people need to learn about as they get later in life when it comes to retirement?
So we teach classes in university settings, right? If you're within 5 to 10 years of retirement, through retirement, our industry is doing a poor job of preparing you for what to come. So we've been teaching classes at the University of Michigan, Eastern Michigan, Michigan State University, Novi Campus, and Oakland University. It's a 7-hour course, 200-page textbook, and it helps you to develop your own personalized roadmap for retirement. When do I take money, from which accounts, at what age, so I don't outlive my money, I pay as little taxes as possible, so my money lasts as long as possible.
And if that sounds heavy, think of it this way. You'd rather have a heavy 7 hours than not have the money when you retire. Kirk, I appreciate you stopping by with us this morning.
Thanks for having us.
All right, we're going to put more information online at WXYZ.com.